How's everybody doing, man? Let me turn this baby down a little bit. All right. So, long time no see. And I know you guys probably thinking, man, where'd he go? But, losing a grandchild has been a little heavy, to say the least. I've been really hard on my son. And honestly, the negativity that these dirt bags wallow in isn't worth it at all. And I cannot wait. I mean to tell you, I'm on bated breath waiting on the Rodneys to get Mr. Upchurch in front of a grand jury. And so justice can be served, since he's not man enough to apologize to any of the people that he hurt. So I can move on to bigger and better things with my podcast, because that's where this started, right? A celebrity used his social media influence and the hard-earned money that he got from his fans to torment a family that lost a child in a tragic accident. And he not only tormented him for 2 years, and he even laughed at him, thinking he could just get it dismissed because he's Ryan Upchurch. And doxing, then slandering, and then accusing a female of selling little people for adult activities. Right? I mean, that is the reality. That is the truth. And the truth has always been right here on my side. Anything in my personal life is irrelevant. And I know that's what bullies do, right? They can't attack the message. So they try to intimidate and coerce the messenger into no longer delivering the message. Nothing that happened in my life 2.5 decades ago, one, is anyone's business, and two, it's got nothing to do with why we're here. And I'm pretty sure there are about 4,000 people that agree with that. At just the very least. Because there's a lot of silent people too. Because they don't want to deal with these people, these criminals. And so if you wonder why I haven't been uploading, nope, none of their rumors are true. It's that, the negativity, along with losing a grandchild. I mean, this is the third death of a child we've dealt with. And, here's this beautiful 13-year-old girl one day, and the next day she's not here. And it's a pretty tough pill to swallow when you got people like the Gotcha Man, people like Uncle Will, people like the two cowards who lied to the courts. People like that, and people like his co-host, Mr. Nichols. When there are people like that who are willing to run around and just piss with people's lives and slander people. Not because you did anything to them ever, but because you critiqued a celebrity that was being an absolute son of a bitch to a bunch of innocent people. And justice is coming. Justice is coming. Play toy. And it blows my mind, because here's the narrative that they want to sell, right? They come to me and punch me in the face 20 times. I push back once from a distance, and they run to the courts and leave all the stuff out they did and just say, hey, this guy pushed me. I want to press charges. And they think that's going to fly in front of a jury, wasting everyone's time. Right? But like the first year and a half didn't happen. My subscribers didn't watch me tolerate it for a year, saying, man, you guys keep doing this, I'm going to do it back to you, you're not going to like. Man, you guys keep doing this, I'm going to respond in kind, you're not going to like it. The very first video that Uncle Will made about me was a video of him calling me the P word. The very first video he ever made about me. And I still have it. And if he wants to try to deny that, I can prove it. The very first video he ever made at me was the P word. I never spoke to the guy, never said a word to him, barely knew who he was. I'd seen his username a couple times here and there. Not because I did anything to him, but because I critiqued the cyber bully Ryan Upchurch, the big, rich, conceited, big-headed bully Ryan Upchurch, who has abused numerous people on his 3 million subscriber YouTube channel and encouraged these people, this group of people, we all know who they are, to do it too. And they do. That is the truth that can be so easily proven it isn't funny. Why would some dude in Florida be making videos about a guy he's never spoken to saying he's the P word? Why would that happen? Why would some dude with rotten teeth in a trailer park in Tennessee make 48 videos? And yes, it's 48. I confirmed it. 48 videos at me when I never even spoken to the person, calling me everything you could call somebody, using my real name. Not, it's not like they're slandering a screen name. They're slandering my name. But the sun came up the other day. I'll have you know. And those of you that have been around since the beginning of this, witnessed the year and a half of stalking, real life stalking, harassment, sending stuff to my house, hovering over my house for 10 hours in a live stream with my address and my phone number and having an ex-wife from 25 years come on and slander me ad nauseum, highlighting 3 other YouTubers that do stuff like make a thumbnail that has a crosshair with a poo-poo pointed at my head saying, delete your local P guy. With multiple physical threats. Another person, I didn't know who he was. He made 30 some videos. Somebody else running a live stream, 9 hours, a 9-hour live stream. So you guys think, I know Crack Squad, you guys lie to yourself. You get in your little members only group. It's the damnedest thing you've ever seen, folks. If you watch, I'll post a couple clips so you guys can get some context. And I've got a nice little video coming here. They will set in a group, these adult men, okay? And it's so bad with them, with their fakeness, they're lying to themselves, that one of them could be sitting there with a red shirt on, and he could go, hey, how you guys like my blue shirt? And they would all tell him how awesome the blue shirt looks and that blue is their favorite color. All of them sitting there knowing it's a red shirt. That's how pathetic it is. I listen to Uncle Will. I get on here, man. I don't bother anybody. I don't know why he's so mean to people. I mean, those words actually came out of his mouth. And then there's Nichols. Oh yeah. The other two. Oh yeah. I know, man. We don't bother anybody. We're not like them, man. We got morals, man. We don't do that kind of shit. And then as soon as they're done saying that, they call a local business in a small town and pretend they're a person that lives there and say a bunch of derogatory stuff. No, they don't do a YouTube video and like respond to a YouTube video. They don't challenge the message. No, they leave the social media platform and they call local business and do that. And they think nobody's going to remember that. Nobody's going to have evidence of that. It's amazing. So got a little video here. We'll pull that up and then we'll bullshit some more. Or something else. Let me grab I made some notes here. What we got? Oh. While I was listening to, and I want to set the record straight on this because I've heard it about 3 times since I started listening to you guys' negativity again. You guys realize the same 5 of you have been stalking and slandering the same 2 people for 2 years. And you don't think so I've heard as recent as today somebody say that Patty should be ashamed of herself for being friends with Johnny Gobble, Ryan's arch enemy. I just heard Rich and Uncle Will say that when I had to painfully sit with a detective and listen to a damn video of those 2 chatting in the most unaware, narcissistic way you could possibly imagine 2 adults doing. And I just heard that again. Well, like I said, the truth lives on this channel. We don't have to lie about people here. We just have to tell the truth about people that bother us. That bother us. Not people that are just out there and we go bother them for no reason, like they do. No. People that come at us for a long period of time. And when I say come at us, I'm talking calling local businesses, sending shit to your house, calling past employers, trying to contact people on Facebook, contacting courthouses, getting bankruptcy papers, getting divorce decrees, and reading them on a live stream. Like, none of that never happened, by the way. You know, they think, right? Well, oh my, how we forget, because I was even shocked while listening to Ryan Upchurch on a live stream with the Dopey Kid, Captain Kurt, and Miss Patty, and Ryan on a live stream. And Ryan said, yeah, I F with Johnny. We're cool. And then Power Stroke agreed. Burkhart agreed. Patty agreed. And then Ryan said it again. Yeah, we're cool. We forgave him. That video, by the way, Crack Squad. You fools that lie to yourself so long you forget the truth. That video is still on Ryan's channel. Still there. It's still there. That is when Johnny and Patty became friends. Patty did not go behind Ryan's back and become friends with his arch enemy, Johnny Gobble. That is not true. Ryan made friends with Johnny. Power Stroke made friends with Johnny. Burkhart made friends with Johnny. And then Patty made friends with Johnny. Videos on Ryan's channel. You can go view it yourself. So you can quit spreading that slander about that woman. But I know how you guys are. Once you tell a lie, you pretend the lie is true. And no amount of evidence, even live video, isn't good enough. You just continue to repeat the lie. But if any of you are saying that, again, I'm going to make a roast video. I'm going to put you in the video with that clip. They became friends because Ryan became friends with Johnny. That's when they became friends. And it is not Johnny's fault that Ryan and his mom had a falling out. It's not his fault. He had nothing to do with it. So if you guys are going to like ride your white horse and do all your righteous crap, I mean, the least you can do is acknowledge factual truths. If you can't do that, then nothing you do is justifiable. If you can't even acknowledge facts, irrefutable facts, then you're not entitled to an opinion. But it is not his fault they had a falling out. He had nothing to do with it. And you guys can lie to yourselves and lie to yourselves and lie to yourselves and lie to yourselves until you believe it. See, it's like the Jim Jones camp. Okay. You wonder how did Jim Jones get all these men, women, and children to knowingly drink poison Kool-Aid that they knew was going to end them? How did he get them to do that? Well, he lied to them. Every single day he lied to them. He told him, this is the way. This is what God wants. This is our salvation. Blah, 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 blah. And it just kept doing it. Lying to himself, lying to himself, lying to himself. And pretty soon, the lie became reality. And that is what Crack Squad does. That's what they do. They just lie to themselves until it becomes a reality. And it blows my mind how you guys hate on him to the nth degree over a lie that you made up. It isn't even true. And it wouldn't be, it wouldn't be so bad if you guys just made a YouTube video and responded to him and didn't do any of the, personal stuff that can affect someone's life. But no, you can't, you're not capable of that. You're all too coward. So let me pull this video up. But I wanted to get that out of the way. And Miss Patty, I hate like hell the way these people talk about you. I know for certain, Patty, I know for certain a day will come when Ryan will be ashamed of the videos these people make about you. He'll be ashamed of it. And I know for certain that any notion that you stole millions of dollars is absolute unmitigated hogwash. My opinion is it was a shit show and money was being spent irresponsibly by everybody. And that's that. If you guys want to believe that lie, if you want to set in your private group and scream this lie over and over and over, and then continue to exaggerate the lie. See, they'll tell themselves the lie, then they'll repeat the lie, and then they'll exaggerate the lie. So they start exaggerating their own lie. It's kind of like those bullshit charges that I had that they doctored up. Now it was you would think I was having an orgy on playground equipment with children there, when it's in the middle of the goddamn woods where you got to have a 4-wheel drive truck to get in there. So it's amazing the gross exaggerations of their own lies. They'll make up a lie, repeat the lie, repeat the lie, repeat the lie, repeat the lie, and just start exaggerating the lie. And but anyway, like I said, the sun came up. And I'll tell you about that. So let me pull this video up. Where's this video at? God, I'm rusty. I ain't been on here in a while. I'm kind of looking around for dumb stuff. I'll get to some comments in a minute. If I see you guys there, man. Wait a minute. I need to say little file. We need to go with here we go. This is the one we want.
Neither.
Just up
it's
there.
Nobody's fucking business. The man puts music out
Yeah.
that touches your fucking soul. What else do you want from him? Somebody is proud about having a $2,000 fucking lift in a homemade shop.
Wait a minute. Let me start it over. I mean, it wasn't what I. So I had to A video was sent to me, okay, in an urgent manner by someone, and I'm sure that the master of the members only group has probably already shared that I have retained a law firm. And it's not only just a lawyer, but as a law firm. They do defense, they do civil, and they do investigations, and they specialize in cyber. They specialize in identifying people who engage in cyber stalking using anonymous accounts. And Google around, they're in Zanesville, you'd find them. I wouldn't be surprised if the leader of the private group already has that on a piece of paper somewhere. And someone, well, I'll wait on that. Anyway, I get a text about this live stream. And I listened to the live stream, and I listened to a pretty serious crime take place and threats of more crimes to come. And in that live stream was the leader of the private group's kids live-in girlfriend, the leader of the private group with his sock account, the leader of the private group's co-host, who co-hosts every live stream that he has ever done, and I mention that because they're the ones that want to, after punching me in the face 20 times, till I finally stood up and pushed back slightly from a distance, they went and pressed charges only speaking of me pushing them back, right? Now, this is metaphoric. I hope. Surely you guys get that. I mean, it's just some of Crack Squad's listen, they probably wouldn't. Sarcasm's lost on them. And you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't go key someone's car. Okay? You can't go key both sides of someone's car, and then you come back to do it again, and when you come back, they break your wiper blade. You can't then go to the police and say, hey, this guy broke my wiper blade. You have to say, well, I keyed both sides of this car, and then I came back to key it some more, and he broke my wiper blade. Especially when you're under oath, right? So that's why this is important. And it needs to be said because of the rumors that these people generate, telling people that myself, a cancer survivor that had a bone marrow transplant, a triple fusion on my neck, scars to prove it, and had to have 6 inches of my colon taken out up here in the middle because of diverticulitis, a disease that 3 out of 5 people over 50 will suffer from. So when you got people like this saying that they got your actual medical records, and your actual medical records say that you had to have your colon fixed from anal and that you have AIDS and you're on methadone. And these same people attend every live stream and every group where that has happened. And I got proof of it. These people that say, this guy pushed me, I want to press charges. Isn't that so? Isn't that so, Ryan Nichols? Isn't that so, James Horner? And that is slander, I'll have you know. That is slander. And if you're going to go around saying that, you better pray to God. I don't know your real name and what state you live in. Or you better pray, I don't have to pay this investigator to find your ass, because I will not tolerate that at all. I have foster children and adopted children. And they're not going to be hearing you guys' made up stories to that degree when I'm gone. And if I have to spend every goddamn dime, every penny that I just got from a settlement, running the court system up your ass, I'll do it. I better never hear or see those words said about me again if I can find out who you are. I will run you through the legal system so fast it will make your head spin, and I am not joking. I didn't damn near die laying on that motherfucking couch for a year, recovering from a goddamn bone marrow to listen to that shit. I've put up with it and put up with it, Ryan Nichols, and I'm fucking done. And you can call it triggered and you can pretend like you're a big shot and laugh to your buddies. But if you knew what's about to come down on you, you wouldn't be fucking laughing, because you ain't got to worry about me anymore, Buster. The prevention loss lawyers want their money back, and they're coming for it. So now let's listen to this dipshit.
Really don't either. It's nobody's fucking business. The man puts music out that touches your fucking soul. What else do you want from him?
If you don't know right now, Uncle Will, that it's not about somebody wanting something from him. It's about him very recklessly tormenting the ever-living shit out of a family that lost their child in a tragic accident. He made a mockery out of that child's death. He turned it into a circus. He turned it into a media circus. And then laughed about it. He singled out a random girl on a random live stream and accused her of trafficking little people and murder and then doxed her and then encouraged you guys to pile on, and you did. He singled out another YouTuber and said the same thing about him. And if it was somebody like you, Uncle Will, somebody as insignificant as you are, nobody would care. But there are still people making videos repeating his slander today about that family, about that child, about how she died, about Zanime, her entire family, about Ickadmel, and about Tony Dodd. None of them were guilty of what he accused them of. And I take no shame in calling that out. And you got to be damn near just about psycho to then start stalking somebody for 2 years. Not because they did something to you, but because they called that bullshit out. I told you guys, how many times did I say, you keep doing it, and I'm going to see, it's probably a little bit my fault because I let you get away with it for too long, I think. Just tolerating it, putting up with it because you were making fools of yourself. You guys' credibility so bad now. I don't think someone could get the time from you and feel confident it's right. That's how bad your credibility is. I mean, it's trash. But just knock it off, Uncle. It's not about wanting something from him like you do, because that's your entire motive. He might give you something soon. So you will defend anything he does, and you will slander, attack, stalk, dox, bother, and commit crimes against anybody that says the truth about him. Every artist that worked with him, he has slandered, even though they've always been gracious to him. And you know that. You know that. So just stop it with, oh, anybody want? He makes music. I don't know why anybody what they want from me. You know exactly what this is about. He needs to be held accountable for hurting people. He hurt people. Why can't you get that? You can like his music and acknowledge that he hurt people. And the only thing that I'll say in his defense is it's unfair that he's the only one being sued. Because the other three that were there were just as guilty. Just as guilty. Wouldn't have been too bad if they would have did it on their own channel where there was only 100 people watching. But no. They had to do it on Ryan's channel. Where there are still videos being made today repeating the accusations, the horrendous accusations they leveled against these innocent people. That's what it's about, Uncle Will. Nothing happened in my life 25 years ago matters. No amount of slander, no amount of stalking, no amount of anything changes that. Nothing you do to me changes that reality. The Rodney family's suing his ass. Ickadmel is suing his ass. And if I hit the lottery tomorrow, Xanamay'd be suing his ass. I can promise you she would, because I'd give every goddamn penny to her. I feel that deeply about it. And I have a right to that opinion without being stalked by you. Now, I want you to listen to how pathetically triggered this mole critter is with my life. He's so triggered by my life. During this live stream, he actually starts like looking up the prices of things I own. You imagine being that triggered? Let me get to the video. It'll get a little more lighthearted here. I'm sorry, but I've had enough of these people. I have what I need now to make it right, and I'm going to make it right. And a lot of you stuck in there from the beginning, and so I feel obligated to share and bring you along. But I'm bringing justice. These 5 people, these that have consistently been the main doers, justice is coming for them. Legal justice. Just in, yeah.
Somebody is proud about having a $2,000 fucking lift in a homemade shop.
Uncle Will, why wouldn't I want to be proud? Why wouldn't I want to be proud of having a fully equipped repair shop? Why wouldn't I want to be proud of that? Why are you triggered by that? I'd love to know. Let's take a look here. My $2,000 lift. That's before shipping and before tax. Well, how many times have I told you don't speak on things you don't know nothing about? Because you'll sound like a fool. You aren't going to touch no 11,000 pound, 13 foot wide, 14 foot tall, asymmetrical truck lift for $2,000. You might get some cheap China-made piece of junk that wouldn't hardly raise a Honda Civic. I can put dump trucks up on that, and I have. But you know the irony, Uncle Will? You know the irony of it? Let's say it's only a $2,000 lift. Why wouldn't I be proud of it? If you had a shop like mine, you would do videos from it every fucking day. You'd probably live in the motherfucker. And there ain't a red-blooded American male alive that wouldn't want to have a fully equipped shop right in their side yard. Because we both know it's not just a $6,500 lift that I installed myself, by the way. It's 3 toolboxes and 2 big cabinets full of about $25,000 worth of hand tools and about another $30,000 worth of diagnostic tools. So if you're triggered by that, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I would think the 30-ton pneumatic press would bother you more because it was $9,000. What would it matter what it cost? You've never heard me brag. You know what bragging is? Bragging's not vlogging from your home shop. that you're proud of. That's not bragging. That's just sharing your life. I'm a mechanic. I have a shop. Here it is. Check this video out. Right? Bragging is when you say, I know the audio file because I was sponsored by Kicker and Pioneer and all the other names on the stickers on my boyfriend's car. And my car stereo blew out 40 windshields. Well, yeah, I mean, I'll get accused of one-upping you, but me, I'm a world champion base racer 2 times over. That's bragging. Right? The people you hang out with, the thin-skinned, one-upper people you chum with. That's bragging. World champion. There was 7 guys that showed up at that contest in an abandoned strip mall parking lot in the south side of Cincinnati, and my bass had more distortion than all of them. 2 times. That's bragging. Not, hey, check out my shop. Just like you make videos, hey, check out my boat. So why are you jealous? And I still can't figure out what a homemade shop is. What's a homemade shop, Uncle Will? Because I don't have a steel machine. I can't make steel. So how would I make a steel building at home? How would I do that? You know, this one, this very one, that one. That's my building. That's the very building. The only difference is I put windows in it. That's it. That's my building. And the door's on the other side. That's it. That's my building. It's an all steel kit. So, you know, if you're gonna talk about my shit, keep it real. There, hillbilly. Now, you know the irony of the $2,000 lift, Uncle Will? You know what the irony of that is? Because it ain't like I've ever been a world champion of anything. I've never been a world champion of anything, right? I've only owned a pool once. You know, your best day of your life, the day you get it and the day you fill it in. 2 best days of your life. Anyway, but it just makes no sense that you're worried about what it would cost. You can acknowledge, because I criticized Ryan Upchurch, you want to sit in a room with a bunch of adults and pretend like a fully equipped shop in the side yard is not something somebody would want or be proud of. And if the lift costs $2,000, what would that mean, Uncle Will? Would it not still not be a fully equipped shop in the side yard? But you know what the irony is? The irony is, if the lift actually did cost $2,000, it'd be worth about $1,600 more than that rundown thing with wheels on it you call a home. That's the irony. I don't think you're in a position to criticize anything someone owns. You aren't in a position to criticize Dagburn's car. I can almost guarantee it's a nicer car than you have. And you aren't in a position to criticize anyone's shop or anyone's building or anyone's house. You're just not. You're 3 steps from being homeless because you've led a very irresponsible life. It's not my fault, is it? Let's listen to Maureen.
Smart.
You gotta share, Rich.
I might be taking his morning shit, you know.
Huh. No answer. It may not be open yet. Y'all can hear that ringing? Backfeeding. I wonder if it's because he's on the internet with me.
No,
Pay attention, folks, because you're about to hear William Swanson commit a crime.
State-run facilities open by now. It's 10 o'clock. He's laying on my. He's got his head on my shoulder as I'm driving, but he's in the back seat. It's just cool, man.
What up, Tex?
Crickets. Let me see. You think any state-run facilities open by now? It's 10 o'clock. They ought to be open, hadn't they?
Oh yeah. I'd imagine so. I'd imagine so.
All right. Now, if you can't hear my phone,
Let's do a little test. Let's make sure you're running. Let's make sure that you don't have that setting on.
I want to pause for a minute and remind everybody that the owner of the members only group's kids live-in girlfriend is in here. He himself is in here using his sock account. The gotcha man is in here. And the owner of the members only group's co-host is participating as this crime unfolds.
well, we got to call somebody.
Well, yeah, call me. That's what I'm saying. I'm just muting the StreamYard.
All right.
I'll answer.
Hold on.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear?
All right, cool. So that was backfeeding, wasn't it? All right.
Yeah, initially.
Okay, let me see. All right, let's make us a call. I don't like that backfeeding. Whew. Hang up on his ass. He backfeeding. I wonder if it's because he's on the internet with me.
No, that's not me. I was muted, so.
Hey, Uncle Will. Just so the next time you commit a crime, you can do it better. The reason why it squeals is because your microphone is picking up his voice. That's why it does that. Just so you know.
All right, we don't want no backfeeding for sure. Or I'm calling you again, don't answer. I'm just turning my volume up.
Okay.
Y'all can hear that ringing?
Yeah, I could hear it good.
Okay, all right, bet. Here we go. Let's call.
Oh, I forgot to mention the owner of the private groups live-in girlfriend is in the chat, right? He's in there using a sock account, and I will know by Wednesday. I'll know for sure. I'll get confirmation by Wednesday that somebody else was in there. And his co-host is in there, right? And they're with a fellow friend, comrade, that is a member of their private members only group, where they concoct these things. And right now on his YouTube channel, there are thumbnails with a crosshair target over my face, a poo-poo pointed at my head. It says kill or delete your local P person. Those people that press charges on me for pushing them, they said. Right?
It may not be open yet.
Nah.
Never mind, guys.
It's not a turkey sandwich or anything, you know.
Yeah, definitely not. This is definitely not Johnny's number. Oh, I wonder what did Unc say he was going to do?
I think he said he was going
Hey.
to use the bathroom or something.
And how do you spell the last name?
Sean.
What?
How do you spell that, sir?
Oh, he called. Oh,
Yes, sir.
he called the police.
Yes, sir.
Am I still banned? So
Yes,
y'all
sir.
don't, you know it is Gay Pride Month.
Yes, sir. We're aware of that.
Y'all discriminating on gay people. Shame on y'all.
Well, we do apologize for your opinion, sir.
Unc, who are you talking to, bud?
That is the man at Dillon State Park saying that I'm.
So a large portion was left out due to, I was told not to share that part. But your boy here, because I critiqued a celebrity he likes, he called a law enforcement agency, pretended to be me, and then said a bunch of derogatory stuff to him. Just let that set in for a minute. Right? Because that could get a person put on a list. That could get a person a case opened. Couldn't it? That's a nice co-host you got there. He co-hosts another podcast that two people frequent. Every time. Every time. Not once in a while, but every time. Don't you, Ryan Nichols? Don't you, Mr. Nichols Thomas? Don't you? Every time, don't you? It would be safe to say you're really close friends with them, right? And, you know, our little buddy that has made multiple physical threats on video, who currently right now has thumbnails on his channel that have actually, not kidding at all, been given to the FBI. And you know, there's something else. Let's let that comment sit there for a minute, because I knew we would see that. I knew we would see a comment like that. You see, owner of the private group, your peeps can't keep their mouth shut. I've saw comments like that for the last week. I've never mentioned anything about a court case. Where would they be getting that from? Weren't you told not to talk about it the first time? But you did anyway? Why would you be telling your members only group things that, one, are really none of your business, and there's only one place you could have gotten it from? The letter wouldn't have came to your house. It would have went to another adult's house. Another adult's house. So, there's more.
Good morning. Thank you for calling Dillon State Park.
Oh my God.
Oh, shit. I about froze up on that one. Doing gay people is just hard.
You know, those are officers of the law, right, Uncle Will? Park rangers, game wardens.
Hard man. Oh, shit. I shouldn't say that. There's somebody that wants a hard name. Hey, so I thought about creating a shopping list, an Amazon shopping list.
He
for
said
him.
he gotta watch how he says that.
Hey, so I thought about getting a suction cup dildo to send him for Christmas, but make it battery operated so he don't have to ride
Like that other stuff you sent here? Yeah.
it around.
Because why? Why would you send stuff to my house, Uncle Will? Why would you do that? Is that cyber stalking? Are you trying to coerce me into not making videos anymore? Are you trying to shame me and embarrass me? What's your intention? Because I critiqued a celebrity that you hope will give you money again.
On his Harley all day. Because, it does get cold up there in the wintertime. It's kind of hard.
And that's another thing. Wait till you guys hear how triggered this guy is over my old used motorcycle. He is so triggered by it. It's unbelievable. I mean, he sees, all of them do. Eyes make it, he can't stand it. And you can hear it. Just keep listening. It's like, it's just an old motorcycle. Why are you guys jealous and triggered by just an old used motorcycle? What? I mean, I guess I've never been as poor as you guys are because I've never been as worthless as you are. So I don't know what it's like to just have nothing. I guess if I had nothing, I'd be jealous over an old used motorcycle. But I don't know. You got to hear this.
Hard to ride that
He's
thing.
on his Harley.
Oh, Lord.
That didn't go over as good as
Coming
I
from
was
three
hoping.
guys that ain't got
Froze up
one.
on that. Sorry about that, people. But we'll call around some other places up there. Y'all want to check on his mechanicing skills?
Oh. So you're calling some local businesses, huh? Why would you do that? Well, why would you call local businesses in my small town and talk to them about my mechanicing skills? Were you planning on bringing your car to me to have it worked on? Or are you just stalking me? Why would you call a law enforcement agency, tell them you're me, and then say a bunch of derogatory crap while you're sitting with your friends, live-in girlfriend, co-host of the members only group and the podcast? Why would you do that? Just curious. What's your motive? I hate to tell you something, Hick. There isn't a human being on earth that would have a set of tools that I have and not know their shit. You don't buy the level of tools I have and not be a legit mechanic, you stupid simpleton. So if you want to call Larry's, call Larry's. He's right across the road. You call there. But myself, the police department here and the sheriff's department in your county kind of want to know why you would be doing that, William.
Let's see what they got.
Yeah, I mean, it's the world's yours, dog.
Hold on a second. Let me mute my mic.
You know the
I think muting might be a bad idea.
small
dog.
town, William. Everybody knows everybody.
You just got to
And
remember
despite
to
what you
unmute.
might think, this is what's funny.
Right, that's
Okay,
what
so
happened.
let's go ahead and tell us why I listen to this idiot bury himself. This is a small town, Uncle Will. And I'm very respected in my community. You see, no one in this community would hate someone because they called a celebrity out that was using their social media influence to torment a grieving family. No, you're the only person, you and your 5 friends, you're the frequent ones, the ones that have absolutely engaged in crimes. You people are the only ones that would do that. Normal human beings wouldn't do that. Just saying. So you call around. Yeah, they'll know me.
I didn't unmute. I messed that up. But y'all know I'm not technically savvy anyway. So
Right.
let's call some mechanic shops. Mechanic shops.
Larry sells tires,
Wait,
by the
we
way.
got Larry's Auto Repair. You think they know him?
What do you
Oh,
think?
they're closed.
Is it in the building?
Good
Sean
morning, good morning.
Daughtry. Sean Daughtry's here.
I want to apologize to everybody in advance. I messed that up. I had my mic muted, but I
So the next time you hear these jackasses smart off about going outside YouTube stuff, this is what I'm talking about. They've been doing this shit for a year and a half, going 2 years. And they're literally thinking they're going to put me in jail because I made a video that you watch of your own free will. You don't even have to watch it if you don't want to. How can a video you didn't watch do anything to you? So, yeah. To answer your question, yes, I am looking forward to showing the entire truth to 12 jurors of my peers. Absolutely am. My lawyer is excited about it. It's a slam dunk. And so, yeah, to answer your question, yes, looking forward to it. Because once it's done, then it's flip the script, baby. Flip the script. Because I've not bothered anybody. I've made videos only. Videos only, like you're supposed to do. I went to anybody's town. Haven't called around anybody's work. Haven't bothered anybody's relatives. Haven't bothered anybody's wife. I made videos. Video. Something you don't even have to watch. You don't want to. See, I can't choose not to have a law enforcement agency open a case against me because someone called pretending me and said a bunch of derogatory stuff. I have no choice in that. I have to participate. I don't have no choice when someone's calling local businesses in a small town. I can't opt out. But you can sure as hell opt out of a video.
Called Dillon State Park and asked.
You got the sports there at the bottom and then the Diner Wide Garage right above it.
Now, here, folks, these guys are so triggered over my old used motorcycle that they're looking it up in Kelly Blue Book. And you're going to, and you see, my particular model is a desirable model, paint scheme and all. And so it's still got a pretty good value for what it is. And wait till you hear the disappointment in his voice.
What year you think that is?
Oh, that bike's a classic. It's over 25 years.
So, let's say a 1999, maybe.
Something like that.
I'm just looking to see what the value of one really is. I updated my phone now. I wonder if he ever starts that Harley. I bet you he probably does.
Oh my God.
Well, he don't have enough strength to kick it.
You think so?
When his battery starts, he's got to do something.
Yeah. A skinny beanpole pot burnt hippie looking at a 230 pound, 6 foot tall man. He don't have enough strength to kick it. Do you understand, Uncle Will, how stupid? I know your little circle jerk there are dishonest people. None of them are really your friend. They're just your partner in a shared goal. They're not your friend. I mean, like Gotcha Man, for example. He's not your friend. I mean, I know you guys think he is, but he's not. He's not. He still trash mouths you guys behind your back. And he's a bit of a mole. He leaks a lot of things. Don't you, Mr. Horner? Leak things.
Yeah, I don't think that bike has a kickstart on it.
Oh, well, that's probably a good thing. That's a good problem to have.
I forgot to, probably should have said this already. I forgot to mention, and I just need to let this sit here and bake for a minute, okay? What was I going to say? Shit, now I forgot. See what you made me do? I'll think of it in a minute. Shit.
I'm trying to find one. I don't even see one in. Oh, $4,900. And this one looks immaculate. It looks just like his bike. Why you bullshitting?
Hey, Uncle Will. What would okay, let's say you got 2 motorcycles. Okay. And one motorcycle you paid $1,600 for. And the other motorcycle, you went and got a loan and paid $22,000 for it. What would the $22,000 motorcycle do that the $1,600 one wouldn't? What do you think? Would the $22,000 one like fly, or would it just go down the road like the $1,600 one? Would the $22,000 one like make the wind blow in your hair? You know, so will the $1,600 one, right? Yeah, I paid $1,600 for that motorcycle since you're so interested, Uncle Will. Now, the Red Road King, paid a little more for it, had to put forks on it, but it's worth a little more. But I would never in a million years take out a loan for a motorcycle, you simpleton. I live in Ohio. Why would I want to be making payments on a motorcycle while it's sat all winter and have to carry full coverage insurance on it? I bought a motorcycle to ride down the road on it, not to show off. I don't have to impress anybody at my age. The Dyna is the absolute most popular Harley chassis there is. And I don't care how many of your fake friends try to tell you otherwise. You got Google right in front of you. The Dyna chassis is the Y-Glide, the Lowrider, the Softail, the Springer, the Road King Classic, and the Fat Boy. That's the Dyna line. They're 1,450 cc, and they're the longest wheelbase, traditional looking Harley you can get. The only bike that's an inch and a half longer is an Electroglide, a full dresser. Why would I want to buy a full dresser to ride by myself? I mean, that's just dumb. I want a sport bike. I want a bike I can do wheelies on. I want a bike I can whiz around corners on. I want a bike I can do burnouts on. Not one I can try to impress somebody with. I don't care. I did all that shit when I was 30. So why are you so triggered over my old used motorcycle? All of you. And that is exactly what you're jealous of it. If you weren't jealous of it, you wouldn't talk about it. It would be a non-issue with you. It wouldn't even enter your mind. But because it's right there, I ain't been on YouTube in months. And you know, ironically, Uncle Will, Mr. Another one, tries to pretend to be an innocent player. I would just randomly pop on your live, like maybe click on it in the middle of it one month, and you're talking about me or something I own, or you're talking about Dagburn. And I can wait 3 weeks, randomly click on another one. You're talking about me, talking about something I own, talking about Dagburn. It's pathetic, man. Ryan Upchurch is not going to send you any money for bothering people. But I'm going to be just right dead serious with you right now, Uncle Will, straight up. I'm going to just tell you like it is. I'm bringing charges against you for that. It's already been done. I would say by now. If not now, by tomorrow morning, the complaint will be in the hands of the prosecutor in the county you live in, delivered by teletext from the police department here. And I'm going to pursue it to hell's no end. You could have got me in a lot of trouble doing that. And for what? And for what? And it's going to just sound gorgeous in front of 12 jurors. I'll be shocked if you guys show up. I wouldn't.
That you pinned in your comments and mentioned a few times. I'll sprinkle it in there. You know how I do. But yeah, you wanted to push that narrative, didn't you? You wanted to let everybody think that I done something like that to my daughter, and there was video proof of it from a neighbor of mine. Cool. And hey, PBR, I'd hate for this to be brought up in this court case that you got going on.
Well, I'll be darned. There's another guy from the members only private group that knows about some court hearing I've never spoke about. Anybody ever hear me mention a court since the last one? Any of you? Anyone? Put a one in the chat if you've heard me mention anything about a second court hearing. What are you doing talking about this with your buddies? Why are you doing that? Think it's a game? Why are you out there, you and your friends, committing crimes against me? Why are you doing that? And I got a question for you there. Gotcha, man. That little comment you sprinkle in there. I want you to ask yourself, was that before or after you were trying to build a false narrative that I have AIDS and I'm on methadone? Would it have been before that? Or would it have been after that? We both know the answer. Again, you don't get to punch people and not expect to get punched back, Mr. Victim. So I'm going to ask you right now, how's it feel? How's it feel to have somebody say something really shitty about you that they totally fucking made up? At least I didn't use your real name when I did it, like you dirtbags do. Huh? A screen name's pretty hard to slander, in my opinion, but a real name isn't. So how's it feel? You're another one that can't claim I did a goddamn thing to you except be decent, promote your shit, and be a friend and listen to you trash mouth Ryan Upchurch, trash mouth Rusty Truck, trash mouth Power Stroke, trash mouth Uncle Will, trash mouth them all. I got the text still. The crap you said about Ryan Upchurch, way beyond anything I said. I kept it about his bad behavior. I didn't go in on his personal life and his mother and his family. And it blows my mind that you sat there calling those people your YouTube friends. It shocks me that all you had to do was start slandering me and everything you said about Ryan Upchurch. And you said some pretty foul stuff. All forgiven. And the only reason you ran to them to trash mouth me was clicks and views, which just makes you a fucking monumental piece of shit. I supported you, so my subscribers supported you. So you didn't just jab me in the back, you jabbed them all in the back. And everyone knows the people you're running with now, pretty low quality, and they're not your friends. None of you guys, you guys would all turn on each other like there ain't no tomorrow. And your source flipped on all of you. Literally just laid down and just gave it all. So you're no victim. You've been running around for 2 weeks accusing Dagburn of doing stuff to his kids and insinuating that you were talking to his minor child about that. Hoping that you can get a case opened and get him arrested. And buddy, I know for absolute certain he never did a damn thing to you till you went in on him for attaboys from these dirtbags you hang with. I'm telling you now, we're justice is coming. I'm just saying that for sure. Justice is coming. You're no victim, James Horner. You are a willing participant, and you get what you give. You couldn't buy a view. You couldn't buy a view if you weren't going in on me or Dagburn. You couldn't buy a goddamn view. And you know that. So that's why you're doing it, which makes it even cheaper than what we just witnessed Uncle Will do while you were sitting there. I got 4 screen caps of you slandering me under the header of my real name. You need to just go kick rocks, little boy. Little, I want to be a victim so I can be a victim. You are no victim of Johnny Gobble. You know the thing that really turned me on you, just turned my stomach, is knowing, unless you were lying to me, you told me that your father was an alcoholic and he was abusive and you ended up in a foster home because of it. That's what you told me. So to listen to you ridicule Dagburn to hell's no goddamn end over the abuse he suffered from an alcoholic father that landed him in foster care. And whose goddamn couch were you sleeping on when you were an addict? Whose couch did you land on when you were let out on parole? Pot kettle. I'm done with you too, dude. I was nothing but a friend to you. And you got to lay down with that every night. I don't. And if it don't bother you just a little bit, then you're just not even fucking human. I don't know what the hell you are. But you don't get us run around accusing other people of heinous shit and spreading slanderous lies about somebody and then whine because somebody made a comment back to you that you didn't like using your screen name. Did I call any local businesses where you live? Why, no. Did Dagburn call any local businesses where you live? Why, no. He didn't. Did Dagburn come to your house, pretend to be your friend, and record you and then stab you in the back? Why, no. He didn't do that. Did Dagburn join your podcast, call you constantly, send you texts constantly, be a moderator and be your friend for 6 months and then turn around and start slandering you? Did Dagburn do that to you? No. You did that to him. You did that to me. You're no victim. Go away. Go away. I hear one smidgen of slander out of your mouth towards me, you'll be filing bankruptcy by spring. And I fucking mean it. Just shut up, punk.
Might want to do your little behind the scenes messages to Fagburn and have a good talk with each other about how to never do this again.
Really don't need
I think you better go to your private group, your members only group, because you're all cowards. And have a big long chat about how none of you are trustworthy, about how none of you can keep your mouth shut. And if I were you, Uncle Will, I'd see if you could get a hold of Ryan. And the sad part is, and I hate it for you, I hate this for you, Uncle Will. I do. I hate this for you. I don't have a valid address on you. And the sheriff's department don't have one. So we have to serve you at work. That's not my fault. I didn't tell you to call a law enforcement agency, tell them you were me, spell my fucking name out, and then say a bunch of derogatory stuff trying to get me charged. I didn't call local businesses where you live and slander you because you critiqued a celebrity that might give me money someday. I hope. And don't you worry, Mr. Nichols. You're my play toy now. All right, let's get these plebs off the screen. Make you vomit looking at these turds. Ha ha, all right. I don't know why that son bitch is blue. That's weird. Oh, there it went. So I'll get to some comments here. So what do all you guys think about these people sitting in their members only group, scheming and conniving to commit crimes against people because somebody told the truth about Ryan Upchurch's bullying of innocent people? Hey, John Holio. Try to get down through some of these, man. I ain't seen some of you guys in a while, man. I really appreciate you guys reaching out and stuff. I do. But like I say, the negativity, I mean, as you can tell, I've had my fill of it. And yeah, that's just that. It shocks me they think. They keep, well, here's what happened. Let them get away with it for too long, right? I did. And then two, they've been doing it to Dagburn, who just, doesn't have the finances to really do anything. right? So they got emboldened. And then they went and made a complaint that they got pushed and left out the part where they punched someone in the face 20 times first before they got pushed. I mean, it is what it is. Oh, yeah, Ian. Yeah. Yeah. Ian Wilson. Which one is Ian Wilson? I know of two Ian Wilsons. Which one are you talking about? Oh, yeah. You like it? Yeah. It's that I forgot to touch on that. Okay. The reason why I did that, they all wear glasses in the house. Blue glasses. And I got to think, okay, I can't help but think that on my avatar, I'm sitting on my motorcycle and I got my blue Ray motorcycle glasses on. You know, they cut glare. And I only wear them when I'm on my motorcycle. But in my avatar, they're blue things, you know, and I just wonder if they are like, well, that's right there. Yeah. There they are. And it's like, did they all go out and get blue glasses? Because I'm so goddamn handsome in that picture? Could that be it? I mean, I got a feeling that poor Ryan Nichols, while creeping on my Facebook, saw this huge thread where these three chicks I went to high school with were saying all this crap about me, about how good I was and handsome and all that, right? It probably went to his head. He's probably thought, me, nobody ever said that about me. And, you know, I mean, I don't know. Why would three people, all of them, be in the same? What are the chances, I guess I'm trying to say, what are the chances that three people would end up in a members only group that all wear sunglasses in the house when they're doing video? What are the chances of that? You just got a new choke collar. Hey. How we doing? Pitbulls, what's up? Long time no see. Yeah. I can tell you right now, man, the cyber laws are stout. And if you read it, you'll find out that if it's repetitive, if the same person is doing things to you over a long period of time, that is it. And actions, a video that you can choose or choose not to watch using a screen name is really harmless unless you're like using someone's identity and like doxing them or something like that. But if you're just like parried in a screen name and poking fun at a screen name, it's harmless stuff. But when you call a business where someone lives in a small town. That's not. When you call a law enforcement agency, give them someone else's name and then act like a jackass on the phone saying a bunch of derogatory stuff. That's not that. No. You don't get to do that. So if you take those things, right, and you combine them with sharing my personal information and my wife's, literally name, full name, all that. My wife's not even on YouTube. There's just no call for that kind of stuff. It's wrong. It's wrong. And if I don't use this money to run the court up these 5 people's asses, they're just going to keep doing this stuff to other people. And I don't want for nothing. I got everything I need. You know, if you want to hear me brag, Uncle Will, come around me when I'm with my truck. I'll brag about that. I got 18 grand in that engine. And that son of a bitch is a beast. And just because I trash mouth Ryan up church, that doesn't mean a 700 horsepower Power Stroke ain't badass. So if you want to hear me brag, I'd brag about that. Be a cool day in hell for you to hear me brag about a $1,600 old used motorcycle. Or lifts I've been around my entire life. I was under car lifts when I was 10 years old, you simpleton. It's no big deal to me. Running late, I sure was too, man. I kind of misjudged how long it would take me to get home. Ow, ow, ow. Try to get down here to some of these other ones. Yeah. I can't be on here too much longer either, man. I don't even know what that means. Go a little further down. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. Dog walked. See what I mean? Do you see what I mean? Mr. I'll tell all my friends in my members only group, but they can't keep their mouths shut. There's another screen grab. Thank you. So what is this, like a big game? This court thing? Is it a big game with you guys? Is that what it is? Appreciate that, Pit Bulls. Yeah, it was so sudden with her too, man. Just blink, gone. Wow. You know, I almost kind of threw up in my mouth when I was listening to that video of Gotcha Man's and him carrying on, just carrying on about Johnny E-Bagging, right? And what did he do? He made videos saying he hated his father. He was a drunk. He didn't want him around. He didn't, all this crap, right? And then as soon as his dad passes away, he's not a piece of shit that he hates anymore. He's, it's just the most horrible thing in the world. And I just need everybody's love. And if you guys could send me some money, man, I need some money. Send me some money, man. I mean, I'm listening. Oh, how are you so unself-aware that you can just ridicule somebody ad nauseum for doing the exact same thing you did? You guys know how much a urine cost? About a third the price of a season's worth of pool chemicals. So instead of him making a sacrifice, maybe going without a few things for a month and paying for a urine for his dad, he went and begged you guys to do it. And you know, that's a millennial thing. Okay. That is the millennial generation. They are the most shameless beggars I've ever seen. Like my generation would be ashamed to go ask people for money. I would have to be extremely desperate to ask a stranger for money. I really would. I would have, it'd have to be really fucking bad. Because I would be embarrassed. I would just naturally be embarrassed and ashamed to have to ask some stranger for money. I'd sell everything I own first. And, you got this guy that just literally just throws his morals out the window, abandons his integrity like it never existed, and just goes and chums with dirt bags and then e-bags, and then turns around and ridicules Dagburn for trying to get some donations for a lawyer. When we all know he'd do the same thing. He's a millennial too. That's what millennials do. It's a millennial thing. I know my kids do it. My two sons do it. My youngest son walk up to somebody and ask him for my think nothing of it. It's just part of that generation. They're just used to it. You know, that's the other thing, the methadone. God damn. It's like, first it's, what is it? I'm trying to remember, because it just slowly dissolved down into, okay, first I was first I was a weirdo pervert. Then I was the P word. Then I had AIDS, and now I'm on methadone. They got my medical records, and that's what it said. I got news for you stupid millennials. My generation, I don't know anybody in my age group that ever did hard drugs. None of my friends, nobody I grew up with ever did hard drugs. It just wasn't around. We grew up way out in the fucking country. This shit just was not around. Wasn't around. Heroin was like exotic. That was something you'd like get in New York City or somewhere. You wouldn't get that around here. And, that shit just wasn't around. It's just funny, man. It's like, I've never done hard drugs in my life. The drunk ex, she slandered me ad nauseum. She never said anything about me being on drugs. I don't think, Crack Squad, I'm pretty certain, okay, that you wouldn't be able to manage high-end auto repair shops and train other managers for damn near 30 years and be on dope. All my tools would be hawked. Fucking simpletons. God damn, you guys are stupid. Okay, I wouldn't be buying $1,600 motorcycles making Uncle Will jealous. I'd be selling it. What's wrong with you people, man? It's just so absurd. Appreciate that, Tina. Yeah, he's never going to apologize. And I hope, get down here to the end. We'll go backwards up these comments. Could get some more recent stuff. I hope that if he tries to settle out, which I suspect he'll probably do, they demand a public total walk back and apology, so that maybe some of these other channels will knock the shit off. They're still doing it. There's this stupid dude. Let me see. I'm going to pull his thing. J-Rod, that idiot. He tags me every time he makes a video talking about Ryan Upchurch's Scooby-Doo, fabricated Scooby-Doo conspiracy about that young girl. He tags me every time he makes a video like that. He's one. There's another channel, and this is all, that guy would not see Uncle Will going back to the beginning. What do you want from him? He makes music. It says it's your heart. And he gave me money one time. Okay. If Ryan Upchurch hadn't have been on dope with 3 other very irresponsible adults and fabricated a Scooby-Doo episode about a very real family, that guy wouldn't be making those videos today. He only makes those videos because of what Ryan did. And because Ryan would never walk it back, because Ryan never apologized for it, those people have never stopped. Sorry, you're of too low of an IQ to understand why that's a problem for innocent people. There's another guy, his channel is named the Kylie Rodney channel. That's the name of his channel. And that's all he does is repeat Ryan's conspiracy. Ryan's fabricated, totally fabricated, not one smidget of truth to it, not any of it. And it's probably never going to stop until he stops. And he hasn't stopped. So that's what people want, Uncle Will. That's what they want. They don't want money from him. They don't care about his music. It's irrelevant to this. They care about his actions. Actions, Uncle Will, actions. You can't feed a homeless guy and then go drown 15 puppies and call yourself a saint. You don't get forgiven for a bad deed because you did this good deed one time. You get forgiven for a bad deed by asking to be forgiven. So, yeah. Anyway, really good to hear from you. Yeah, he is. And yeah, you let that come out of his mouth one more time and there'll be a court date for him. I promise you that there will. One time, just once. Any of them that are in that members only group claiming that those are my medical records and they say I have AIDS and I'm on methadone. You let me catch one of them saying that shit. Now, I promise you, God as my witness, if I got to burn through 10 grand, I'm going to run the court system up their ass because it's got to stop. It's went on for 2 years and it's going to fucking stop. Any of you dweebs don't think I have a lawyer? Ask your fearless leader of your private members group. Ask him if I have one. Uncle Will. Call him now and say, does he really have a lawyer? Do it right now. I'll wait. And I didn't just get any lawyer. I got one that specializes in this and is very expensive. I'd hate to hear that slander, come up in your court hearing. That's some pretty heavy duty stuff. I was like, really like, I first started seeing that crap like around December. I'm like, what the hell? AIDS? I thought, man, these guys are stoop as low as you go. And they still, one of them thinks that their voice is not recognizable, and it is. Calls here and leaves just nasty ass messages on my phone. There's just tons of them. And yeah, that's a crime, right? There, buddy? You know that, right? You can't call people and do that like repeatedly. If they want to bring charges against you, they can. Something like that's kind of petty. Is it worth my time? I don't know. But I'll tell you what is. Any of that bullshit, after the hell I went through fighting for my life and man, I mean, you guys are just shitty human beings. You can't justify one single thing you've done to me. Not one thing. You cannot justify it. You can't say, well, he did this to me, so that is why I am doing this. You can't. And every word I've said about Upchurch is facts. There's another one. Man, none of these people can keep their mouth shut. Look at that shit, man. I'm honestly not worried about making one video. Just not. It's pale. I mean, fucking pale in comparison. I don't know. Imagine having such an empty life that you literally are criticizing other people for what you do yourself. Yeah. Dagburn never done anything to Gotcha Men at one thing. Gotcha Men went in on him, and Dagburn responded. And I will testify to that. And so will 4 other people. You guys are going to stop. Here's the problem. Okay. This is why it matters to me. you guys are getting emboldened and you don't know where the line is, and you're going way too far with it. And you're just going to move on and do it to someone else. And if I can play a part in holding you accountable so it stops, my gut tells me that's probably what I ought to do. I take no shame in calling Ryan Upchurch out. I'm not embarrassed about one single thing or ashamed of one single thing in my life. Nothing that happened in my life 2.5 decades ago is even your fucking business. And it absolutely is completely irrelevant. I mean, some of you weren't even born then. So you keep trying to justify it and watch. I can't wait till the insurance lawyers catch up with two of you. Because I know for certain they're coming for their money. Just like, here's how it works. Okay. If you say you've got a car and you're uninsured, okay, and you slam into a guy that has insurance, your car's not getting fixed, but his insurance company will fix his car. Okay. It's called uninsured motorist. And let's say you're driving with no insurance, you slam into somebody, and their insurance company then has to fix their car, and it costs $8,000. That insurance company is going to come after you for that $8,000. They're going to put a lien on your license. They're going to garnish your pay. They're going to get a judgment against you, and they're going to get their money. And they're vicious. Fucking insurance companies are vicious. They got deep pockets and mountains of lawyers. Well, that is also true in all cases of damage claims, whatever they may be, right? And so if you do something to someone, and an insurance company for an organization has to pay them a settlement because of what you did or what you were involved in, that insurance company is going to want to go get their money back from the people responsible for costing them that loss. And unfortunately, there were 3 victims. 3 of us. So, I don't know. Good luck. And then I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, I know. Listen to these single 30-year-olds criticize people's wives. It's funny. Can't even get a fucking girlfriend. There's a rumor I'll share with you. Okay. That Gotcha Man's woman is got a lot in common with Wade Deaver's woman. Allegedly. Thank you. You're damn right, Justice. I say, first, yeah. I would say definitely can't wait to see the Rodney family finally be given justice, and the rest of them are going to get held accountable for crimes that they have committed. Crimes because somebody criticized a celebrity they like. Imagine that. Imagine your Uncle Will and some random YouTuber criticizes Eminem, and you like Eminem. So you commit crimes against them. Call them the P word. Make a video saying they have AIDS. Do live streams for 2 years at nauseum with that being the topic. What can we do to this person? They set in a collective group, and one gets braver than the other, then the other one gets braver than the other, and then they got 6 beers in them, then the other one's brave, and then the other one's braver. The next thing you know, they're calling local businesses, ringing people's phones in the middle of the fucking night, and waking, and in the morning calling a legal agency and committing a crime. Well, he did. The reason why he sounds that way is because he did. He did. There's some leaked videos from the members only that we've been setting on. And I don't know. They don't look good for a couple people. And there's some audio clips that are pretty hellish. That's a fact. Yep. Gotcha Man's got a bit of a big mouth too. I try to tell you guys, if they'll do it with you, they'll do it to you. If you sit around with a bunch of guys, okay, that will spit on a guy's sandwich. So you're sitting with 5 dudes, and there's a 6th dude, and when he's not looking, they spit on his sandwich and laugh. That's the caliber of these people, right? What makes you think they wouldn't spit on your sandwich? If, they'll do it with you. They'll do it to you. You're either the kind of person that will do something like that, or you're not the kind of person that will do. So if you hang out with people that will do the things that these 5 consistently do, it's just a matter of time before they do it to you. And there is not a person of honor in that group. Not a one. Not a one, as you can see. This is the second time they've blabbed when I know damn well he told them not to say nothing. Because they were told not to talk about it from the courts. They're flat out told not to talk about it. Yet a whole bunch of people know about it. Well, imagine that. And it's the same consistent bunch who think sock accounts. I wish you guys knew. You understand. Well, there's no sense in me explaining it to you. But several of you have just had your sock account hanging out there naked with its pants down around its ankles. because you don't understand cookies and cookie sessions. You know what a cookie session is? Like, cookie sessions have a timer. All websites are different. Okay. So when you hit that website and you do a cookie toss and you got the username Billy Bob, but now you want to do something you'd be ashamed of. So you change it to a sock account of Joey Bob. Your eyeballs on your end, your cache was forcibly refreshed and the cookie was dumped, and you see the sock name in front of you. But on the other end, the cookie session has not timed out yet. So other people see the username that started the cookie session. And several of you have gotten fucking yanked for that, I'll have you know. And it's too late now because it's in my evidence folder. This going to the court hearing you're so worried about. That all these strangers on the internet are concerned with some court hearing they shouldn't even know about. Just saying. Get just a few more comments here, and I got to get off here. Oh, cool. You know, them 7.3s are, when they're a few modifications are done to them, those are damn stout engines. But the 6-liter will run like a scalded dog with a few modifications. I mean, that engine will just get it. And I got that truck now. If I, no matter what speed I'm going, if I roll into the throttle, it'll just start. As soon as the turbo starts to spool, it'll start hazing the tires. And when it hits second gear, it just lets out this big, loud squeal from the tires. It's fucking cool, man. I've never had a truck that would do that, especially a 4-wheel drive. I've had some cars that would do it, but I cannot wait to I bought a 5.7 out of a pickup truck, a late model Dodge pickup truck, a 5.7 Hemi, and I bought a Holley Dominator single turbo kit for it, and just a small one because, you know, I ain't got the money to like do all this crazy shit, but I'm just going to put a small turbo on it. And Holley sells this kit that comes with the pipes, the computer, the injector wiring harness and everything. And I already got all that. The engine's in the car. I got to get a drive shaft made. I got to get a windshield put in it, and maybe about 2 or 3 other things, like little minor shit. And I can drive it. Now it still needs the rest of the interior and painted, but I'm just going to flat black it for now and get a windshield put in it and put a couple decent seats in it, and then worry about getting the rest of that shit done later. But I just want to fucking drive it with that turbo and that fuel injected 5.7. You know, they didn't have that shit when I was young, man. When I was in high school, you know, I had a 65 Plymouth Belvedere 440 with a tunnel ram and dual 4s on it. Got plenty of pictures of it. And man, that car was badass, right? And I'd take it to the track, and on slicks, I could maybe squeeze a 1090 out of it, but it was a good mid-11 car. on a good day. These kids today, man, they go buy an LS out of a junkyard, throw a 64 millimeter turbo on it and a Holley computer and wiring harness, and they got them fucking things running nines, man. I mean, just a junkyard motor. And yeah, I want to check that out. I want to experience that. I just can't wait. I'm finally getting where I got shit moved around and I got that other side pretty well cleaned out, and I can start working on that thing every day. What happened? See, I don't even know who that is. They're talking about this book. I don't know who that is. Yeah, no doubt. That's the other thing, watching Gotcha Man cry because Johnny just drove past after everything he's done to him. Oh, most unself-aware millennial I've ever seen. Yeah, I can imagine. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get the hell off of hell. Appreciate you tuning in. Stay tuned, because when Uncle Will, I'm pretty sure he's going to be arrested. Listen, it ain't my fault. I can't let that go. You understand that, right? Everybody, you guys understand. I can't let that go. I can't have some son of a bitch like him calling law enforcement agencies and local businesses pretending to be me doing derogatory shit. I can't let that go. I could get in trouble. I could get accused. I could get arrested. There could be a case opened on me. And we already know these cowards would try to do something like that. So I can't let it go. Sorry, Uncle Will. Ain't letting it go. I'm pressing charges on you. And I mean it. And it's not a joke. You're going to jail for that shit. That's crazy, man. That's too far, Uncle Will. Too fucking far. You understand? If you have any sense, Uncle Will, I'm going to give you one chance. It would be better if they had your address so they could take care of it there. But either way, you're getting served upon. So you did it. I didn't. It's not my fault. Catch you guys later. Appreciate you tuning in. Have a good one.